so they can.
Okay. This is
Wake up.
so. Because some students say they'll be absent, but they want to listen to my interpretation of Demon Slayer.
Of course.
So I'm recording for
You're
the.
famous. Well, so you can all watch on your computer, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to see the big screen? There it is.
Should we start on time or now?
I think now is a good time.
Okay, let's start now. Because 12 o'clock, there's something going on in this classroom.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have to end at 12.
I really wanted to go over a little overtime today if necessary, probably necessary.
All right, then I'll just start, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning, my adult learners. Today I'll be presenting, I chose this topic, the hero's journey in us. Okay, yeah, my name is Yu-Ying, and I'll be the first to do an oral presentation on the course this semester, selected English readings on adult education. Okay, as you can tell from the slide presentation, right? I am a cinephile. Cinephile, I've heard of this term. Cinephile is someone who is really enthusiastic with cinema as an art form. I'm a cinephile. And the cinema that me personally, my favorite movie this year is Demon Slayer. Okay, have you watched this? Demon Slayer. Yeah, you've watched it. Now, if all of you know what Demon Slayer is about, I can gloss over the synopsis. I can get to the meat of my presentation faster. Okay, this is the content today. Okay, in the 30 minutes I'll be presenting, I'll try to cover the main concept. I really is enthusiastic to share with you all. First is Demon Slayer, the 鬼灭之刃. Then I'll try to apply Carl Jung's hero archetype and Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. What are the recurring motives in literature and movies that can resonate with us at a deeper conscious level or even a subconscious level, as you may. This is what I want to bring out through this Demon Slayer storyline. And eventually I'll move on to the theoretical framework of Edward Liddman about adult education. Collectivism in function and individualism in thought. This is actually an overarching theme in Demon Slayer. It's a battle between collectivism and individualism. I'll get into the depth and the point later. Okay, and finally I'll conclude with appreciation is creative, not passive. This is one of the most important inspiration Liddman struck in me. I remember during the first lesson in this semester, Mr. Orlando, you mentioned Edward Liddman, the meaning of adult education. And I said I have read Liddman's work, and Mr. Orlando asked, did he say anything wise? So today I'll try to share the inspiration that Liddman actually sparked in me.
I'm surprised it's still in print.
Oh yes, I have one print. I think I have the 1960s copy, the fourth print. Okay, so first part, okay, Demon Slayer. So all of you are pretty familiar with the story, right? Mr. Orlando, have you heard of this?
Well, I read your.
Oh, you read it? Okay.
Online.
Okay, then that's great.
PowerPoint.
Okay, so I can go through this faster. Basically, Tanjiro is our protagonist, right? Main character. He's our hero. One day when he was out selling charcoal, his whole family was slaughtered by Muzan, right? The demon king. So when he returned home, his whole family died. And his younger sister, Nezuko, became infected and she became a demon. So the entire story is about Tanjiro trying to find a cure for his sister and trying to avenge his family. That's basically the storyline. Okay, and the manga of Demon Slayer ran from 2016 to 2020. Okay, and it actually exploded into global cultural phenomenon when it was adapted into animation in 2019. I believe we all have memory on it, right? And this is actually quite a big deal. Demon Slayer, the Infinity Castle arc, Asaka Return, the movie this year, right? This is the best-selling Japanese film ever, ever. And it made a 730 million box office worldwide. That's actually it actually laid it is the most well-known Japanese film worldwide. So this got me thinking. What makes Demon Slayer resonate on a global scale? Why do everybody can relate to Demon Slayer? Have you asked this question before? Yeah, what type of literature or what type of a storyline can resonate with us on a deeply in a conscious or subconscious level? Yeah, and basically, this is what Kaohsiung is trying to get to the bottom of. Yeah, he's the first to present or try to formulate an idea that we actually have a subconscious. Yeah, he's the first to establish this idea. Yeah, and
Freud.
Oh, it's Freud. Yeah, Freud is the first that says the subconscious.
They were friends
Freud and Jung.
until they were not friends.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I read about that dispute. Yeah. Freud actually think that all those branching off thinkings are noises that we should disregard. Jung think that all those are individualities that we need to respect. Yeah, so they actually have a dispute on their psychoanalysis. Yeah. Okay, so today we will focus on Jung. Okay, because they actually laid the foundation, what later known as the hero's archetype or the hero's journey. Okay, I got this text from the Carl Jung's work in the synchronicity. I believe we have come across this term in Mr. Orlando's class, right? Mr. Orlando actually mentioned the firefly actually will blink in sync, right? Synchronize. Yeah, and also the pendulum on the same wall will oscillate in the same timing. Yeah, these are all physical phenomena that have been observed. Yeah, heartbeat.
Heartbeats also.
Yeah. It's a biological phenomenon, that will synchronize. Yeah, and this is actually very interesting. And Jung is actually interested in why our psyche was synchronized. Yeah, and this is what he presented. Yeah, he actually presented as an archetype. Yeah, this term, the archetype. And Jung says in his work that if one regards synchronicity as a special instance of general acausal ordinance. Notice the keyword acausal means there's no cause and effect. Yeah, it's not cause and effect. If you try to think why we will think alike, why certain literature can resonate, if you think in terms of cause and effect, right, it means that we are trying to explain that we have similar personal experience so that similar motive can resonate with us. And this actually doesn't work according to Jung, because if you try to explain it using cause and effect, the cause and effect branches will go on indefinitely. It doesn't really explain. Yeah.
Well, it's really saying we don't know.
Yeah, it's just saying we don't know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we don't know why. Yeah, we feel the same way. Yeah, that's right. Intuition. Yeah.
Some people have it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, and Jung. Yeah, that's right. And Jung actually suggests, in order to avoid multiplying our principles of explanation illegitimately. I notice this phrase. Do you know what actually this means? Multiplying principles illegitimately is actually the principle of parsimony or the Occam's razor. You heard of this? 欧坎剃刀原则. It means that we don't multiply our entity beyond necessary. Yeah. In order to avoid this, to be in line with the Occam's razor, he proposed that we have an archetype. Yeah. For the archetype is the introspective, recognizable form of a priori psychic ordinance. Priori means it happened beforehand. Means when there's such thing as a psyche that's formed, the archetype is already in place, for the psyche to form. Yeah, this is the meaning of a priori psychic ordinance.
A priori, they go together. A priori.
Oh, a priori. Okay, thank you. A priori psychic ordinance. Yeah. So in order to explain that why we feel similarly on the subconscious level, there's an a priori psychic ordinance.
Latin what?
It's Latin.
Comes from Latin.
Yeah. A priori.
It's common. Okay. Scholarly.
Okay. So Jung goes further. Okay, say if an external synchronistic process now associates itself with it, which in today's example is Demon Slayer, or any literature you can think of, or any movies you have ever seen. If it associates itself with it, when we see the movie or when we read the book and we associate ourselves with it, our psyche goes in line with the motive. It falls into the same basic pattern. In other words, it too is ordered. So this is the meaning of the archetype. It's not a cause and effect. It's a causal ordinance. This form of ordinance differs from that of the property of natural numbers or the discontinuities of physics in that the latter means the natural numbers or the discontinuity in physics have existed for eternity and occur regularly. Archetype, according to Jung, Whereas the forms of psychic ordinance, this archetype, are acts of creation in time. When the psyche is created, the archetype is in place. A priori psychic ordinance. Okay, I hope I can make myself clear. Like Mr. Ordinance said, this is heavy matter. I try to make it simple.
Well, the archetypes are like preformed structures in the brain, so that we recognize certain things as if we've seen them before. Maybe see them for the first time, but we get a hit like, oh my God,
That's right. Okay, so there's the psychic ordinance or the archetype, Kaohsiung is saying. And later there are a few notable, I'll say, forefathers who laid the foundation of our understanding of our psyche. Okay, namely, there's a few names like Otto Rank or Lord Wrangler, but the most notable one is definitely Joseph Campbell. Like the book that Mr. Lander brought here today. The Hero with 1,000 Faces is the most notable book. He actually applied Jung's archetype into extensive literature, and he found that the recurrent motif keep on appearing in the literature, all the way back from the Bible, all the way to like Shakespeare, and in the movies today, like all the examples I showed today. If you think about it, if you try to apply the archetype or the hero's journey I share with you all today, you'll know that all this hero's journey is similar. They follow a pattern. It follows the archetype proposed by Jung. Okay, as mentioned by Joseph Campbell, a hero ventures forth from the world of common day like every day today, into a region of supernatural wonder. Fabulous forces are there encountered, and a decisive victory is won. Our hero will win at the end of the day. The hero comes back from this mysterious adventure with the power to bestow booms on his fellow men. Booms, I believe the more common word you all heard is bonus, boom.
Benefits.
Benefits, the boons, the goodies. After our hero goes through all this journey, he'll come back to a known world with the boons to share with his fellow men. Essentially, this is the hero archetype. The opposite of boon is actually doom, D-O-O-M. And actually, this is quite an interesting analysis. I actually put this example here, Hamlet. The four tragedies of Shakespeare, right? Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth, right? Why Shakespeare's tragedy is hailed as the greats? Because the tragedies actually follows the hero's archetype as well. But we actually call this a shadow archetype. Because if you know the story, you know that our hero, when he comes back from the Shakespeare's journey, the Shakespeare's hero's journey, he comes back with a doom. He actually brought about the doom to himself and his people. And if you actually really analyze it, Shakespeare actually follows the hero's archetype as well. This is actually a very interesting analysis. I'll just leave it out there for you. If those interested can go do further readings. Okay.
Well, the problem is sometimes the hero is not seen as a hero. Seen as a villain, an enemy, and he may be crucified, Jesus Christ, or told to kill himself, Socrates.
That's right.
It's not uncommon that the hero in his own time is not a hero, right? He's seen as a bad guy, or harmful to society. Right?
Even if in the story, if the hero is seen as harmful, but the story it still follows Jung's archetype. If you really do the analysis.
Just like a lot of artists, great artists in their own time, they're not appreciated at all, like Van Gogh,
that's right.
Painter. Didn't sell almost nothing.
He sold one painting in his lifetime.
Right.
Van Gogh, just one.
You're right. For not much money, right?
Okay, so this is the hero's archetype. There's a theoretical framework that can be observed in many literature, according to Campbell. He wrote this, The Hero with 1,000 Faces is 1949. And this is the main motive. He has, actually, if you think about it, this is a qualitative analysis. A pretty formal and well done qualitative analysis. The hero will go through departure. He will departure from the known world into the unknown, like the previous slide. And after he goes through the journey, he will go to the abyss, the deepest of the deep. He will go through hardship, go through temptations, go through atonement, and finally apotheosis means the highest level of enlightenment. Then finally he will come back to the known world where he will bestow his booms to his fellow men. Like Joseph Campbell said. And those who are interested, you can go do further reading on the individual motifs. I won't go into in depth. I'll just share what resonated with me in the Demon Slayer in the next slides. Okay. And actually, recently there's one Hollywood screenwriter called Christopher Vogler. Have you heard of this? Christopher Vogler. His most notable work is Lion King. Christopher Vogler. He actually repackaged Joseph Campbell's work into his own form.
Lion King, the best-selling Disney movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Where did they get the story?
Hamlet.
A Japanese.
Japanese
cartoon. Came from Japan, right? Japanese cartoonists. So they just changed the story a little, tweaked it a little, and it became the best-selling movie. And the Japanese artists got nothing. They wouldn't recognize that they stole, everything. There's so many similarities,
That's right.
Look it up. Interesting.
Okay, but I think the point I'm trying to make is if you know this hero's journey or the archetype, you will know how to write emotionally resonating storylines. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make here. Okay. Yeah, so I can see from Demon Slayer, this is the first episode in the first season, right? Yeah, the unwavering resolve. Yeah. Ward in bottom, hard work or culture, Tanjiro at the start, right? Yeah, he's selling coals in the mountain, chopping wood every day. Yeah. The subject loses the power to significant affirmative action and becomes a victim to be saved. So his whole family got slaughtered, right? Yeah, so he went into crossing the first threshold, the point of no return. Yeah, his whole family was slaughtered. He cannot return to the life that he knew. The adventure is always and everywhere a passage beyond the veil of the known into the unknown, unknown into the unknown. The powers that watch at the boundary are dangerous. To deal with them is risky. Yes, for anyone with the competence and courage, the danger fades. And Tanjiro actually showed competence and courage at the first episode, right? Yeah, when the demon slayer, right, Giyu, he threatened to slay his sister, right, because his sister was infected and became a demon, right? And Tanjiro, instead of just keep on begging for his sister's life, he tried to outsmart Giyu, right? He hid into the woods. He threw a rock at Giyu as a distraction. Yeah, then he tossed the axe into the air, and he charged at he tossed the axe into the air, right? That's the axe, and he charged at Giyu without any axe as a distraction, so that when Giyu knocked Tanjiro down, his axe will actually cut down Giyu, right? He actually tried to sort out a way to win in an unwinnable situation. Yeah, this is actually Tanjiro, showing courage and competence. So
is this the hero?
No, this is actually his mentor, Giyu. Our hero is the Tanjiro.
Something.
Okay.
What's his relation to the hero?
Mentor. His mentor.
Oh, mentor.
Yeah, his mentor. Mentor. Yeah, that's right.
Really? So young? He's a mentor?
Oh yeah. In the story of Demon Slayer, everybody is young, and everybody dies young. They die in the early 20s. Yeah.
This is fairy tale. First, you have good and evil, very clear, right? There's no gray, you see. Or I mean, most of the, and you have the heroes and heroines are handsome and beautiful, and the villains or the bad guys are kind of evil looking. They may be kind of handsome, but also kind of evil looking, right? So there's no question, not like real life, somebody can be evil and yet very handsome and kind, friendly, and all that. They steal all your money behind your back,
Okay, now so I move on to the next motif in the storyline, the belly of the whale. I believe Mr. Orlando have posted some interesting content in the line. Yeah, that's right. The most famous story is Jonah being swallowed into the giant fish, the big fish, and he prayed in there for forgiveness for 3 days. So actually, this is a common motif you can observe in many movies and literature. As in the case of Tanjiro, his whole family was slaughtered, right?
There's a sister trying to
trying to kill him. That's right.
Brother.
His sister is a demon. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so our hero is being swallowed into the situation. He has no choice. Yeah, he's forced into the situation, passing the first threshold into the point of no return.
How many of you have seen these movies? Or
one of it, because that's the series of the inner.
How many are there? How many movies are there?
There are only 2 movies, actually.
Only 2.
Yeah, made into the movie.
This is the third, or what?
Here, I have laid out the entire story arcs here. Only these two are movies. Yeah.
Okay.
The other are just animation series,
Kind of like,
episodic series.
isn't it kind of like Harry Potter series? Or,
Yeah, that's right.
only that's, yeah,
Yeah.
When it-
Yeah, Harry Potter is 8 movies. Yeah.
8 movies. Yeah.
Yeah, Harry Potter is 8 movies.
J.K. Rowling. Good. So the author is male, right?
We don't know who's the author.
Oh, yeah.
Mysterious, but we speculate it's a female.
Maybe a team of people.
The author never appeared publicly.
Not one, sort of like Bitcoin. We don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a little like Bitcoin. Huh?
We don't know the
Author's name is Koyuharu Gotoaji. It's speculated, it's a she.
Obviously, they're men because otherwise the hero would be a heroine, right? Female hero, and the brother would be the demon. She has to save him, or kill him or save him. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so along the way, according to Joseph Campbell, the hero's journey, he will meet a mentor, right? Like his mentor is a Giyu and Sakonji, right? And he also met some helpers, right? Like Inosuke and Zenitsu, right? I brought my collection here. See. Yeah, and this is the one I'm very interested in. The story of Demon Slayer actually really grasped me, really was gripping to me in this, the abyss. Our hero faces death and rebirth. In Jungian psychology, ego death is defined as a fundamental transformation of the psyche. Such a shift in personality has been labeled as ego death in Buddhism or psychic death by Jung, Kaohsiung. Yeah. And this is where I want to make my point. Why I think literature can resonate with us so deeply. Yeah, because even though if you think about it, the story actually is very far-fetched. These fantasies, right? How are we supposed to relate with a teenager swinging sword with a demon? How are we supposed to relate with like fighting something that we have never seen before? Yeah, we relate to it because it's very real psychologically. Yeah, it's very real. Yeah, if you think about it, we overcome.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we overcome obstacles in our life, or like when we face betrayal, our whole worldview will end. Yeah, you will die. And in order for us to pull through like the feeling of betrayal, or you have to fight addiction, maybe addiction. In order to fight addiction, not only do you have to stop drinking, right? You have to stop seeing all your drunk friends, right? Your old way of living have to die. Your old personality have to die. Yeah, this is actually pretty serious. Yeah, it's ego death or psychic death. In order to be reborn, you need a new way of living. Yeah, this is what my interpretation of the psychic death by Carl Jung.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I was going to say, it amazed me how many of these heroes, they use swords. They don't use a machine gun, because swordsmanship takes skill. Machine gun doesn't just pull the trigger, right? So that's why we get, like the Star Wars, or didn't they use laser swords or something?
Like the Marvel movies, Iron Man.
Yeah,
He used advanced weaponry.
Iron Man, yeah. I don't know what he means.
Okay.
So okay.
Yeah. Okay. So back to my point. Yeah. So I think even though we label these as fantasies, right? These are very real things that's happening in our subconscious level. That's why it resonates with me. That's why it goes in line with Jung's archetype. Okay. Yeah. So same motif can be found in Harry Potter. I think I won't go into the details because of the time constraint. Yeah. And the point I'm trying to make here is I think J.K. Rowling is a very good writer. She presented the symbolism of subconscious as a very dark and unpleasant place, right? In order to face your own, like your addiction or your habit or your own humiliation, all these things is a very dark and nasty place. You don't want to go there. But your best bet to overcome yourself, to grow, you have to go there and face the greatest fear. So I think this is a very good analogy that's written by J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, death and rebirth is what it's all about. Now, this goes all the way back to ancient Greece. They had mystery religions in which we think something similar happened. There would be a symbolic death, and could be very frightening. Maybe they put them in a dark hole or something for a few days, and then of course afterwards you have the rebirth to the goddess, the Demeter and her daughter. She was the goddess of Archetype, agriculture, and she, every year the crops die in the winter and they're reborn in the spring. It's that idea, right? So death, rebirth. That's right.
Yeah, so if you recall in Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets, when people stare at the basilisk, the giant snake, what happened? You remember? Turning to stone. You remember? Petrified.
Who?
Everyone. Yeah,
Oh.
that's the ability of this
that's
basilisk. Do you remember? Yeah, students were wandering in the corridor and they saw the basilisk and turned to stone, right?
Oh, in Greek myth, let's see, Gorgon, the Gorgon.
That's right, the Medusa, Gorgon.
Medusa,
Yeah,
Medusa. And Perseus.
Then Harry was poisoned by the basilisk, right? And the phoenix, flew in and cried on the wound of Harry and rebirth, right? Harry was reborn. Yeah.
So how do you defeat Medusa?
Chop off the head.
Show her a mirror.
Show a mirror. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So similar motif can be observed in Demon Slayer. You see, do you know the storyline of Tanjiro in the Swordman Village arc? Yeah, when he was faced with this impossible dilemma. Yeah, his sister was a demon, right? So his sister cannot be exposed to the sunlight. Yeah, but a demon is there. It's going to eat 3 villages. Yeah, so this is the classic trolley problem, right? Trolley problem, yeah, classic. Impossible dilemma. Tanjiro have to sacrifice his sisters to save the villagers, or he let the villagers die so that he can protect his sister? Yeah, this is the impossible task. Yeah, and when we humans face these impossible moral dilemmas, yeah, we are petrified. You see, Tanjiro cannot make the decision, right? He's petrified. He's frozen into stone. He cannot make a decision. Yeah, finally, Nezuko made the decision for him, right? Yeah, and then I actually go further and try to explore this moral dilemma using utilitarianism and the Kantian deontology. But I think
the categorical imperative. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because of time constraint, I'll skip this part. Right? Gloss over this part. Okay.
Yeah, you're actually just about out of time, my friend.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
I'll wrap it up. Okay, final minute. Okay. So if you go through the motion, you know that saving the villagers is the moral thing to do. If you go through the motion of Bentham's utilitarianism or Kantian's deontology. Yeah. But Tanjiro cannot make a decision, and Nezuko made the decision for him. Yeah, but because both of them make this critical and is the right moral decision, yeah, both of them was reborn as a better person. Yeah, so death and reborn. Okay, yeah, same motif can be observed again and again in all the literature through time.
So he saves his sister.
No.
He doesn't save his sister.
Yeah, his sister actually overcame sunlight in that instance. Yeah, right in that instance. Yeah. Yeah, so both of them grew as characters. Yeah.
Cool. That's called character development.
Yeah, that's right. If you notice Tanjiro after this point, he never carried his Nezuko on the back anymore. This is growth. And he become a better swordsman because of this. Because he's able to let go of his sister and no longer become so overly protective.
Doesn't he have a girlfriend?
Yes, but not in the main story.
Oh, he's gay.
Okay, yeah. If you want to appeal to modern audience, yeah, every main character had to be gay, had to be lesbian. Yeah. Yeah. So I think you want to wrap this up. I'll just end here, okay? Because I provided more than enough content. Okay. Yeah. So okay, conclusion. Last slide, okay? This is said actually by the Edward Liddman, okay? If we stop for ever so brief a time, dynamic science will leap ahead of our comprehension. Adult education presumes then to serve as one of the means by which the mind may be kept fresh for the assimilation of that knowledge, which is synonymous with power. Now we have to assimilate whatever we learn. Like in this case today, I assimilate the archetype and the hero's journey that's formulated by Jung and Joseph Campbell, and I assimilate this knowledge into what the movie I'm watching. Now this is what my own interpretation of what Liddman is trying to say about adult education. Yeah. So our mind can be kept fresh. Every day is a new day.
Okay, can you go back? See, some thinkers today, to Lindemann. Right?
Liddman.
No,
Liddman.
that's not
Is that?
Yeah. Some today would say that dynamic science may leap ahead of our moral development, our ethical values. In other words, we'll be powerful technologically, but will use that for immoral acts and like cheating people, which is done today. People will fool you online and say they will invest your money in a person, they just steal it, this kind of. So the moral character has to progress in line with our scientific knowledge, right? Technological ability. Okay, thank you very much. So you are a neurologist, huh? I would never think that you would get excited about the Demon Slayer movies. Do you talk to your patients about
Yes.
the young ones?
I'll teach them to relax through the technique of breathing. Yeah. The breathing technique is a very core concept in Demon Slayer.
Do you teach them about death and rebirth? I think death is
If they are facing like a terminal illness, yeah.
that you don't want to remind them of death, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Mention death.
HDMI 有啊，直接就可以了。
Good morning, everyone. My name is En Fei.